So our vision, Wada Global's vision, is to accelerate mass adoption of blockchain and Web3 technology in Africa. And as Janti said earlier, but I will read again, our mission: we educate developers and entrepreneurs through our network of community hubs to create Web3 emergent solutions in Africa. Next. Okay, so in terms of our business model, some of our current revenue sources, of course, we've relied very heavily in the past on Project Catalyst. And as I mentioned, we are wrapping up our biggest project, Nurturing Roots. This is the last month for that. But going forwards, we're starting to think about Wada services. So some of those services are event planning and coordination. We've already booked an upcoming event partnering with Global Policy House, which will be the presidential summit in Zambia in September. And then in addition to that, another service, we launched our marketing, branding, and design services in January. For the future, we're, I'm sure everyone is aware of the governance workshops. If not, we will be talking about that a little bit later today, but we do have some funding opportunities through Catalyst for those workshops. And then in addition to that, we are working on pitching opportunities both at the global and the hub level.
Just to add a little bit, there are additional revenue models that we are looking at, and that will roll out as the year goes by. So we will bring more information on that. I also want to throw just a little bit of light on our first slide. Especially the mission. I want us, as a group, as a Wada network of hubs, to become comfortable with evolution, right? Those of us that have walked this journey with us over the past 2 to 3 years, our central messaging has remained the same, but we haven't been afraid to, sort of either rebrand or tell our story in a more comprehensive way. And that is exactly what we are trying to do again now. So this mission is it's a work in progress. This feels very one way in the sense that it's very sort of focused on what we're doing with education, which is our core offering. But we are so much more. Even when we look at the local hub level, how our amazing hub leads and their teams are trying to solve problems in the local communities. So yeah, we will work on the mission to reflect that sort of comprehensive work. The fact that we are sort of a bilateral distribution model. We open the world up to local developers and entrepreneurs, and also, open our doors, sort of a gateway for international organizations, markets, products seeking to enter into Africa. And as I said, as time goes on, we will keep reflecting that, and our hubs, we will see amazing work in terms of their vision and their mission. And they will also, we're feeling comfortable with, oh, you know what, let's sort of rewrite this mission again. Let's figure this thing out again. We are not afraid to do that. So yeah, thanks, Megan. So I will jump to this. Back to you.
Perfect. Thanks, Mercy, for jumping in. For this slide, I don't particularly want to read through it with you. This is, us starting to really list out, trying to think about what we are offering as a network. What I think I'll highlight on here is that we are at 10 hubs. So this is pretty awesome and big. It feels like just a little bit ago, there were only a couple. So I'm really proud of all of the hub leads. Everyone has been working really hard with me and others over the past 6 months in particular, and obviously even before that. So keep up the good work, everyone.
I wanted to throw in some confetti and stuff, but I don't want to be distracted from, pushing forward the slide. So yeah, amazing work, Megan, that you have done with the hub leads. Congrats.
All right, so what is next? We kind of talked about where we've gotten up to this point. So in terms of what is next from a Wada global perspective, I mentioned earlier that we will be organizing and assisting all the hubs with their governance workshops if they choose to do so over the next months. In addition to that, we have been doing through Nurturing Roots weekly workshops for business planning. I will be continuing those workshops with two main objectives. On the one hand, we will continue with more of a business incubator program. And also we will continue with Wada's own governance workshops. So I think the conversations that we start with the Cardano workshops will be able to set the stage for how we want to talk about Wada governance. And we'd really love to include everyone in our community in those. So look out for announcements on when those will be happening. And finally, we're constantly looking at new opportunities for ourselves and for our hubs. So do look out for upcoming pitching opportunities, possible grants. And then the last one is a big question mark, but Catalyst Fund 10, if it comes up, we'll be here to support you all.
Right. Yeah, let me just add finally, Megan, this is not only to inform you, but also to help you know how to describe WADA to other people. So part of the reason why we've been going over this so much and looking to get the messaging right is because explaining WADA to people can be a challenge when we do so many different things. So take this or take these slides and use them to help to explain what WADA is to others. So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Thanks for adding that, Josh.